Hello everybody. Now let's just take a second to remember how people say first impressions are everything. And I have noticed that in none of my videos thus far have I introduced myself or the channel which you are currently watching. So to fix that, hello everybody, this is Trademark Smiles and I am bringing you some more Pokemon Showdown content. Today we're actually going to be doing the team builder that I talked about in the last episode of potentially doing. We'll go ahead and record it. I most likely will upload this one, and hopefully this one's going to be way better than the last one because it's going to be a singles. And I'm going to actually go through and build the team properly. I actually have the internet open, the interwebs, to help me in balancing my team so I can search certain things. We're going to do this the proper and correct way. I'm not saying the team is going to turn out well. We might even do actually something a little fun and cool with it. We'll make the team, that'll be the team builder episode here, and then we'll do at least one battle with the team. And after doing the first battle, we will edit and or fix anything that needs to be fixed with the team. So if you see any issues with the team after the team builder's made, go ahead and put those down in the description of anything you should suggest to change and whatnot. And then also for future team builder videos, anything that you want to see on a team. You know, if you want to see a particular Pokemon, a particular set, or even me playing a particular tier, just suggest that down in the comment section, and I will do what I can to make that. Now, as everyone knows, team builders are now more common than they used to be. There was a point where team builders weren't really a thing people recorded, but recently a lot of people are doing them. A lot of major people as well. So without further ado, we're going to go in and do a team builder. The format, I did not decide. I did not pre-decide. We're going to go ahead and do that now, what we would like to see. OU is fun. There's a lot of things in OU that are pretty fun to go with. UU is pretty entertaining. RU is entertaining. NU can be entertaining depending on which Pokemon you use. It actually is a pretty fun tier because there are some Pokemon down there that some that you can't really use in the higher tiers, but then some that occasionally you can bring up and down. I'm gonna do this in an interesting way. I'm just gonna open up. I'm gonna find one Pokemon that I really would enjoy to use, because I know there was at least two that I've been thinking about that I didn't mention in the videos. Obviously we can't use anything for the Ubers. I really want to make a singles team with Mega Medicham, because he actually hits really hard. And to be honest with you, I don't really see anything wrong with that. So we are going to be making an OU team. Sweet. So this is going to be our OU team, if I'm correct. Medicham doesn't really get Medicham doesn't get anything that's necessary. So we're just going to go straight for this. Sweet. Medicham right there. Pure power, doubling his attack. We are obviously going to go with this set. And he's got the odd number, so we'll just throw it in his defense. Okay, so the basic sets of stuff he can get, I've used him in Battle Spot singles before, because as a hyper offensive Pokemon, he's extremely powerful. I mean, double that. That's his attack power. You double that. So, things he works well with. He did Dream Punch and Brick Break, so obviously we go for Dream Punch. He's got a potential for a bulk up set. I do like that he has Bullet Punch. I think that's fun. He does also get access to Fake Out, which is another really good thing because it makes him. Yeah, we're gonna go for Fake Out because it gives him basically he can Mega Evolve Fake Out to get his speed boost, which I believe he does get a speed boost. Yes, he does. He does get a speed boost. Oh, that happened. All right. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen for a second there. Whoops. And then we're going to go for that fake out, which isn't how you spell fake out. And then from there, I know he gets, okay, so he gets high jump kick. He doesn't get close combat, if I'm correct, but we are going to double check. Close. I can spell close now, guys. Yesterday I couldn't figure it out. That's a joke. If you watched the last video, I was very jumpy and jittery from that one. That was a very close battle. I did not play it as properly as I should have. There are plenty of mistakes I make. You should definitely check that out. It's hands down my favorite video I have to this point. Yeah. I was trying to remember what that's called. I couldn't remember. I'll figure it out at some point in the video. I needed that drink. Okay. This Pokemon's going to go slow because he's kind of the startup. We're an OU. We need the Ice Punch. So I'm putting that Ice Punch on there. And then from there, we need Stab. So we're going to go with what? Okay, we can go with Psycho Cut. Psycho Cut's high crit is actually okay. That I don't feel like I need the Zen Headbutt. So I'm going to go with the Psycho Cut. And then, do we want the Dream Punch or do we want the high jump kick? The problem with the high jump kick is if he does predict, that sucks. But then the upside with the Dream Punch is it's pure power Dream Punch. I mean, that is so much attack. He's got decent defenses, to be honest with you, with 85 base in both. And his HP is not too shabby, which means he can take some hits relatively well, which is kind of where the Drain Punch is nice. High jump kick from Mega Medicham. How many things live that? He is easy to shut down, though, with a burn. That is the one downside. So I'll probably actually have some sort of Cleric on this team that can, or even a Thunder Wave can potentially shut him down. We're going to go with Drain Punch. Now, one thing I do like, and I'm not sure, I'm actually going to really quickly double check that, but I did it once. And you can't see what I'm doing, and I do not like that. But I have to figure out how to monitor record using the software that I'm using. But you can still see me, but I'm currently on the interwebs. Medicham. Yeah, all-out attacker, but we're going with the Mega. Forget it. What I was going to say is I'm almost certain, there we go, that a Bullet Punch from a Medicham, if the Talonflame is not fully invested, almost takes it out. I did take one out before, but I think it was already injured. So, but Talonflame has obviously a very big weakness to this. I do see that now because it's Medicham and priority Brave Bird. And since he's the star, I want to make sure my star stays alive. So things I'm going to need, I would prefer a Cleric, so in case he gets either paralyzed or burned, I can cure him of that. Next, I would like someone who can set up rocks. So to do that, I'm actually going to make this screen minimized just so I can keep track of that camera. And it just did that to me, so that's cool. We're just going to look up really quick things to set up. Rock Steel. Rocks. So with Stealth Rocks. Oh, and I will throw down in the description places I am using to do any of this. I'll throw down Damage Calculator, and I'll throw down TeamMagma.net Team Builder. I love that. You type all your Pokemon in and it gives you your exact, which I'm actually going to type Medicham in there. It gives you your, it shows you your weaknesses for your teams. I love using it. So I'll throw that down there. And then, yeah, I'll throw ShowDown in there. Damage Calculator you can grab from ShowDown, so I don't really need to put that in there. And then I'm just using search engines to find out everything else. So for Stealth Rock users that I want to use, that I feel could be pretty decent. There is options for a Diancie. I have not used Diancie yet. I could use a Tyranitar, but I don't really feel like setting up sand. And Unnerved Tyranitar is alright. I don't want to use Ferrothorn. Because Ferrothorn's relatively common, so I feel like people do try to, put Pokemon on their team that can handle it. It's the reason why I don't want to use it, I feel like people can handle it way better than I do. I sometimes just look like a scrub trying to deal with it. Ooh, Gliscor would be pretty fun. It handles Talonflame relatively well. We are going to use Gliscor. And if at any point you notice that I say Pokemon's name differently, that is because there are plenty of Pokemon out there that are pronounced in a different manner. Yeah, sure, there probably is the correct way to say their name, but then at the same time, it's not like anyone truly cares at the end of the day. Everything, yeah, cool. So yeah, we're back. We're gonna go with that Gliscor, Toxic, or Poison Heal. It actually is a good set of a Pokemon, and we are gonna put the Protect on there because it allows you to get that Toxic off, or it allows you Toxic Orb to go off. If anyone doesn't know what Poison Heal does. Steel Thorax. Then we were gonna go with. I do want Earthquake. At the same time, like I said, I want it to be able to handle Talonflame. And knock off from the Talonflame is not really gonna do anything. So, which is why I kind of want to Rock Slide. But then at the same time, I really don't feel like Talonflame is gonna stay in on a Gliscor. So. I do like knockoff Gliscor. Actually, I do want to run an offensive Gliscor one day. He doesn't have the most fantastic stats to run offensive, but I've seen Pokemon that run with these stats before, so it's not like it's a completely random thing. He's got the Stealth Rocks. He's got Protect. Those are the main things. It's from here. I don't really want to be the Toxic Stall one. I do like the idea of the U-turn. I like slow U-turners. It just gives you that extra option. You know what? We are going to go for the EQ, and we're going to go for... Everyone else see that? If we have a use for Tailwind, I'll use Tailwind. We're going for the U-turn. And, yeah, that. Wait, whoa. No. Is there a reason that's a thing? To be honest with you, instead of having the speed, I'd rather have the attack. I don't usually use these sets, but this one does look interesting. I'm assuming it's relatively common. Usually when I use defensive mons, I just go 252, 252. And the only time I don't do 252, 252 with offensive mons is if they're fast enough, they don't need full speed investment. Or maybe if you don't want a full base HP. For the most part, I play it relatively basic. There's really not too much of a reason to use special spread sets unless you want that Pokemon to take on a certain thing. And actually, I do believe I've heard another Poketuber agree with me. Well, actually, I don't know if he is a Poketuber, but he was on a video once, and I believe he said the exact same thing. You can't really, unless you want that Pokemon to handle something specifically, like the, I think 2014 Rotom Wash was designed with a certain amount of special defense investment for VGC to live Solar Beams from a Charizard Y, from a Mega Charizard Y. Because, Rotom Wash is pretty decent of a Pokemon, and Solar Beam from a Charizard Y will, I think, one-shot if it's not invested. So, they would put enough in it that it can live, or live well, So there are certain Pokemon who are designed to take out other certain Pokemon. So now from here, I'm going to go on to TeamMagma, and I'm going to put this Gliscor in. And like I said, we are going to pick up the speed a little bit. I'm kind of rambling and moving slow here. Common weaknesses currently right now, I have one flying weakness that is not stopped. I have a ghost weakness, which is a thing. I have a water weakness. Obviously, I have an ice, well, it's a double ice weakness, but I did not pick it up. Oh, it's, yeah, 4 times. And I have a fairy weakness. Currently, though, I am okay when it comes to fighting, because they both defend against it. And, like I said, Medicham's got decent defenses, so I'm not really worried. He'll take certain hits. I feel confident he'll take certain hits. Although base 100 is the Scarf territory, the higher Scarf territory, so that is the one thing that does make me a little afraid. Kind of makes me want to put more than just Fake Out on him, like the Bullet Punch potentially. So I've got some pretty decent resistances. What I need to resist other things, I do have a slight flying weakness, so if it comes to a special flying type, I would prefer something. I don't have a weakness to it, I just don't have anything that stops it. I'm not too afraid of the Ghost, but Gengar is a little bit of an issue. Especially because I can't Fake Out with Mega Medicham anyways, and then I can't outspeed it with anything else I have. So something that can handle a Ghost relatively well, or specifically a Gengar relatively well, I would like. And of course I do have to worry about that water weakness. Putting a water type on here gets rid of 2 of my weaknesses. With the ice and the water. And then, depending what typing I go for from there, don't believe I'll be able to stop the others. Who's a good core to use with Gliscor? And at the same time, someone who's a bit more of a cleric. That is the real question. Let's just go ahead and look real quick. We'll check out OU first, of course. Someone who's nice and healthy, and I know I will not use Chansey. Don't use Chansey. It's just a rule. I don't enjoy Chansey. Especially defensive. Covers my current weaknesses. Yep, we're doing it. I don't think I've used a Rotom yet, but I'm going to. Ooh. Leftovers, yeah. Oh, this is happening. But, you know, people use... There's a reason he's good. It's because he's good. And I'm going with especially defensive Rotom Wash. I don't know if that's a thing people use, but I'm using it, so it's a thing now, if it wasn't before. What else do I actually want? I know he has almost the same moves. I of course want the Will-O-Wisp. I want the Volt Switch. I am going to go for the Hydro Pump. And then from there, I think Hidden Power is a good option, but he is going to be specially defensive, so it's not like it really matters. Sucker Punch and Rotom Wash. It's funny. I don't want to run double status. Unless I want to run double status with Thunder Wave. Nah, I want access to Thunderbolt and Volt Switch. And there is my specially defensive bond. Yeah, next. Alright, let's go ahead and punch that into our team. Wash that one. We now have, we still have the Ghost weakness, flying, we have a neutral, it's balanced. We do have a Grass weakness, which I do want to fix. Gliscor covers in case like a Mold Breaker Gliscor, or a Mold Breaker Excadrill, or a Mold Breaker Mega, actually, I think Ice Fang from the Mega Gyarados will stop me. And then Mold Breaker, so okay, I do see a potential for a Mega Gyarados. Can set up a little bit on me. Although I don't think his speed is something to fear. He's base 80. I think he goes to base 100 when he Megas though. Which is the same thing I Obviously, I can get a fake out off the flinch him, but from there, he resists one of my moves, and then when he megas, he becomes immune to the other one. And he's neutral to resisting the ice punch. Yeah, currently, see how I notice things like that? I don't usually do that. That's a new thing. Okay, so I do want to make sure I have something that stops Mega Gyarados a little bit better than Rotom Wash, because if he sets up, Rotom Wash can't touch him. Because obviously Mold Breaker EQ, which people run, will kill me. Yeah, if he gets a +1, if he Dragon Dances, I almost lose. So something needs to stop that. Wow, I'm actually a little afraid. I don't know if I'm gonna. I have to find something that can stop him. I'm a little bit afraid because he also will usually carry Ice Fang. I think it's a Waterfall Crunch, Ice Fang, EQ. I'm just listing moves he'll use. I have seen Bounce, but I see Bounce on non-Megas, not Megas. Obviously, because he loses it, so he'll have D-Dance, which means he's mostly going to have Waterfall Crunch D-Dance. And that means he's either going to have Ice Fang or that, or EQ. Okay, so I don't get swept by him as much as I think I do, unless he decides to run EQ, Ice Fang, Waterfall. Because he can't take out both of them, because his move pool. Okay, so I'm okay. I'm okay with that. They'll be able to balance each other out. He'll have one move, not both. I still do have a fairy well, I don't really have fairy weakness, but I still have an issue with fairies that I should try to fix. And I do have a grass one that I want to fix, because, yeah, Gliscor takes a grass hit, but he doesn't take the grass. Superior is a thing. So, I do want to make sure I stop that. Let's minimize that screen. So, something to resist the grass type. Really, let's reopen this and go here. So we can go for a flying type, but we already have one. I don't really go for another one that gives us more ice weakness. Something that maybe balances out. I do want a fire type and a stab fire type at that, and that will also resist our grass. And it resists our fairy. So yeah, we're going for a fire type. So right here, right now, we are going to go ahead and find a fire type for ourselves. Let's see here. One good fire type up in the OU tier. Obviously, we have Talonflame. I don't like Talonflame. I'm sorry, there are Pokemon I don't like, and one day I will use. But if you like a Pokemon, use a Pokemon. People get salty and stuff about certain Pokemon. There are people that don't like Rotom, there are people that don't like Gliscor. I'm actually completely confused as to why I'm using a Gliscor-Rotom combo, but I'm doing it. A year ago, if you asked me if I'd use that, I would have told you no. I love Arcanine, so I'm going to try not to pick Arcanine. I want an offensive one. And yes, Arcanine is good. I want I kind of want to go especially offensive, actually. Who's a well-done, especially offensive fire type that I want to use? There are less specially offensive fire types than you think there are. Seriously, if and when 7th Gen comes out, they need a really good starter fire type. Not to say that what's it called isn't good. Delphox. Delphox actually is cool, and I actually enjoy Magician. I think I use a Power Herb Solar Beam Magician combo. Did you get that Solar Beam turn 1? And then, or well, as soon as you can use it on the first turn of using it. And then you Magician steal whatever item they're holding. And I think that's a lot of fun to use. There is a potential for Victini. If I do use Victini, I can switch back over to Zen Headbutt. Because Victory Star. Victini is good, but it's base 100. I want something a little faster. To be honest with you, base one, okay, Volcarona is a little bit better, but the rock weakness on it, I don't enjoy, even though I'm perfectly fine with the rock weakness. Alright, let's type in fire type. Let's see what we get. Fire. Whoopsies. So of the fire type Pokemon that we have access to, we can go for a specially offensive Arcanine, but I don't want that. We can go with a specially offensive Chandelure, but it's not really the fastest, and I prefer not to Scarf it. Even though Flash Fire Chandelier will probably do some work. Darmanitan's not special. Well, okay. Zen mode is. I'd want to use Zen mode, but I am not the person who can use Zen mode, so I will not use Zen mode unless people request it. If someone requests it, I will do my best to research/build a Zen mode Darmanitan. And we are going to pick this video up because I have rambled on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So now we're going to go a little bit faster with this. Going. If you don't want to watch the team builder, I will obviously have access to it. Delphox though. The 104 is just not fast enough. But then it is. With choice specs, Delphox be good. With Blaze. I don't know if it will be good or not. It's 114 special, so it doesn't hit as hard as I'd like it to. It is a good Pokemon though. Except for I usually regret using a low tier Pokemon in a high tier team. Because I'm always just like, no, it's totally okay. And then I start using it and then I'm just like, there's an issue. Mega Houndoom's cool. But I already have the Mega, so obviously I can't use it. I'll be honest with you, the fire types are quite slow. Can we have fire electric for the next starter, please? Oh no, I spilled water. There's a little drop that just like swished out. It's cool. It didn't hit. It just hit the edge of my laptop. We're all right. Now you know what I record off of. All right, the pick is between Volcarona and Delphox. That's the pick. Right there. That's the pick. There's no chance. There's no difference. We can't switch. That's it right there. We're doing it. I don't know why we're doing it, but we're doing it. We're going to go with a Blaze specs. Delphox. I do like the Magician set, but there are a few instances where I think the Magician might not help me. Plus, I want it to be specs. So I'm guaranteed. Nope. Can't have double pluses there. I don't know why I did that. Oh, we want an odd amount. Look at that special defense. I did try to make a weakness policy, max HP, max special attack Delphox once. Was it? I think I used some sort of a speed move or something. The idea is I'd go for the I actually don't remember what it was. I remember it was it was max HP and it did have the weakness policy. The idea is the weakness policy activates, I get the +2/+2. And then I go for an attack, Magician, grab whatever they're using kind of combo. It didn't work. It was low tier though. We have Flamethrower, which is what I'm going to use because I don't like missing. Then we are going to go for Size Shock because I'm going to hit on that defensive side. And then I like the Grass Knot. So we're going to go for Grass Knot. And then from there, Hidden Power Ice seems like a cool idea. A useful idea. I'm not speeding up as much as I thought I was. Yeah, I like the idea of the HP Ice. Now, if I didn't want a spec set, I could use a Calm Minding set. Calm Mind Delphox, though. No, I like what I have. Look, it's the exact same set I have. Yeah, HP Ice. Sweet. now we go into this. Oh, and actually, just for fun, in case a foul play hits me, I don't want to live it, but just in case. Alright, now that we have that, so let's go ahead and put it into our Pokemon Del Fox. So now it is on our list, and it gives us some weaknesses. We have a water weakness, and we have 2 ghost weakness, I just now realized. And we have a dark weakness. It was and was not the best Pokemon to put on my team all at the same time. But I feel like I should be able to adjust. Oopsies. From there. Sorry about that. That happened. I feel like I should be able to adjust from here. I still want someone who can clean up. Ah, no, because a Heal Bell is going to get rid of Toxic Orb. Toxic for Gliscor. But it still protects, so that's okay, I guess. So, we're going to Google. I mean, not Google. Heal users. Heal Bell. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Pokemon that can use Heal Bell. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Still looking, still looking. No. Oh, this is getting a little upsetting. I didn't really find anyone that I'd prefer to use the Heal Bell. I'm okay, I guess, if I don't have it. It just is a little upsetting if I do get burned. That's pretty much it. I'm shut down. Alright, fine. We will not use a healer. Status healer, anyways. Who works well for this team to get rid of our weaknesses? Which, as I said, we have a dark weakness. We have 1 water resistance, but 2 water weaknesses. And then 2 ghost weaknesses with nothing to resist. And those are the only things that aren't covered or balanced out. So we technically have 1 water weakness, but since we have 2, but 1's balanced out because of Rotom. So what we do is we go and we look for Pokemon that resist the water. Someone who's gonna resist that water. We should fix the ghost weakness. Who resists ghost? Dark type, and then of course we can put normal type on here to help us out. Dark type also resists dark type, which will help out with our dark weakness. So getting a dark Pokemon on our team would be nice. Yes, I understand that Umbreon is a Pokemon that both has the Heal Bell and is a dark type. But I am not going to be the guy who uses Gliscor, Rotom, Umbreon combo. So no, I'm not using it. I don't like stally-ish Pokemon. And I also don't like, I don't like full-on stally teams. Usually when I use Pokemon that are known for their large advantage of stall, I prefer to be a little difficult to do. Meaning maybe, you have to pick the right moves in the right settings. Alright, we're going to go for a normal type. We're going to find a normal type. Just to see if there is a normal Pokemon that... Just skip through all these guys. Ambipom gives us another fake out user. Ambipom is a good Pokemon. Then we have Cincino. A banded Cincino is ridiculous if you want to be banded. Expel out is powerful. Ooh, excuse me. I apologize for that. The barrel. A normal type that I want to use. Staraptor would be amazing. That would give me a nice U-turn in the beginning. I could run it with the Intimidate. We're gonna keep looking. Oh, nope, we're not gonna keep looking. Nope, we didn't. That was it. We're going with Staraptor. We're gonna go with the Reckless Choice Scarf Staraptor because that's the one I like. Alright, this is the quick Brave Bird set because Reckless boosts that. Then we're going to go with that Double Edge because Reckless boosts that. Then we're going to put that U-turn in there because that gets boosted. And then we love that CC. But, yeah, we're going with that Close Combat because it's just good. And that is the stat spread. So now we have two physically offensive mons and one specially offensive mon. So I would prefer a second specially offensive Pokemon to go on this team. A Focus Sash Alakazam is something I would love to use. But as you can tell, we already have two Pokemon that are Psychic types. And that would give us another Ghost weakness and Dark type weakness. Actually, the fight, that's a neutrality, but that's a weakness. And it would give us another one. So, we don't want that. So from here, Super Speedy Gonzalez Fast. There is access to a Gardevoir, but Gardevoir is kind of slow and I don't want double Scarf. Keldeo, but no. Actually, Keldeo would be pretty good. It'd give me another dark resistance, gives me something to resist the water. But it would give me, and it would give me another ice resist. Just Keldeo actually is good. Yeah. I think we're gonna go with Keldeo. What does Keldeo do for the team? Let's type that in. Actually, Staraptor was not added in. Staraptor gives me another ice weakness, obviously, and it gives me another rock weakness, which is not handled, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm happy. He has close combat, so he can take out most of the Pokemon that are going to, well, rock types in general, and then Medicham also. Yeah, I'm not worried. Gliscor will take a rock hit, fine. Can I handle Landorus? Delphox doesn't outspeed him. Rotom handles him relatively well. Medicham doesn't outspeed him. That moment where another Pokemon can easily wreak havoc on your team. And Landorus is that Pokemon. Gliscor can't touch him. Really. Yeah, the Ice Punch hurts, but Speedy plus the Intimidate, I don't want to be able to I won't want to stay in. Rock's Fake Out, yeah, that's going to hurt eventually, but it's not going to do enough. Choice Specs is not going to allow me to outspeed it, obviously, because it's Specs. Could get rid of the double edge and go over something like a hidden power ice. But I don't think hidden power ice on myself is enough to kill. It's not. Which means I need to either have someone who's extremely fast and can take Landers out, potentially Scarf Landers. Landers can wreck shop my team. If they have a Landers, I have to maneuver around it. Like I said, Rotom deals with them relatively well, but Rotom's a common, so I'm pretty sure people know how to deal with Rotom. Alright, I'll deal with it, and if it's a big issue, then I'll fix it. And the way to fix it, I'm not sure. What is a common Keldeo set? Little do I know. But let's make sure that Keldeo actually fixes Keldeo. What's the difference again? Just the horn? Yeah, we're gonna use Keldeo Resolute. Why not? Gives me another fairy weakness, but I'm okay with that. And a flying weakness. Okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with the flying fairy, except for Talonflame, but like I said, Gliscor handles them just fine. And with Stealth Rocks up, I can easily go into the Gliscor, have me either A, Brave Bird, or whatnot, and then I can U-turn on them. Yeah, I don't feel worries with that, so it looks to be that this is the team. We're just gonna go ahead and pick the moves to which Keldeo will be using. Do we want to go with the Hydro Pump Keldeo? We're gonna go with Secret Sword. That's a cool move. I mean, if you just take a second to think about it, it's cool. Scald or Hydro Pump? Scald. Because this is going to be a special one. Like I said, I don't know what they usually run. I think Calm Mind is actually a thing. I am going to run Calm Mind. Alright, this is bothering me. I don't know why it's bothering me, but it is. There we go. Not bothered. Hidden Power is most likely what I'm going to go with. I knew that subbing Keldeo was a thing, though. Hidden Power Ice or Hidden Power Fire? Let's go with Hidden Power Fire to take on potential, what's it called? That might want to come in on me. And then for item, we're going to go with... Heck, should I know? We could go with Leftovers. Calm Mind Leftovers is always fun. Yep. Leftovers it is. And then that's not that set. That's that right there. I kind of enjoy this team. Now, alright, so Mega Medicham, physically offensive, Gliscor, physically defensive, Rotom Wash, specially defensive with Will-O-Wisp defensive support, Delphox running Choice Specs with Blaze, Staraptor with Choice Scarf, Reckless one, and then a Keldeo, obviously with, well, obviously with Justified, with this set. So, this should be a relatively fun team to go with, and I don't really know what to call it, so we're just going to call it Medicham, whose name I know how to spell, but is a weird name, so I had to quickly double check that I was spelling it right. And that is the end of this team builder. I hope you guys had a fun time. And check me out in the next video where we will use this team. Comment, subscribe, like, dislike. But remember, you gotta tell me why you disliked it. And see you in the next video.